Hey everybody, welcome back to another weekly update. We're here week number 16, September 19th. Happy Friday everybody. Excited for a long weekend ahead. It's not really long actually, it's only 2 days, but last weekend was kind of non-existent for me, so just looking forward to at least one day of catch up. The last 7 days since I talked to you guys has been crazy. We had a great podcast drop on Wednesday with Ryan Markowicz. If you haven't listened to that one, go check it out. Ryan has so much to share beyond just his experience as a coach and a landscape professional. It's really an incredible story. And I love this thing that he does where he goes to Mexico for 4, 5, 6 months a year and gets away from the Canadian winter. Pretty awesome. Anyway, the last 7 days has been crazy. So we had a wedding I was in on Saturday, right after the last weekly update on Friday. And then from there, I flew directly to Dallas for the Leanscaper conference with Mark Bradley and the Leanscaper crew. What an incredible event. I'm going to break down a few takeaways there. Right after that, Tuesday morning, I ripped back to California, to Anaheim, and went to the Ignite conference, which was amazing. I mean, so much amazing technology this week, guys. It was really incredible. And then Wednesday came back. Funny enough, on Wednesday, I was like ready to get home, but nothing ever stops here at K&D, and we had some amazing leads come in. So me and Tony on our way home stopped at one of our big HOA clients and then met with a design opportunity. And that's right, I'm back in the field doing some sales this week, which has been fun. Kind of all hands on deck right now with this September surge we're experiencing. And then it's just been crazy. Thursday and Friday have been super busy. Awesome meetings. I've been focused. Yesterday, most of my day was with just my team, one-to-one meetings. We've restructured the company a little bit, so I have a few more direct reports, which I'm absolutely loving and really enjoying these deep one-on-one strategic conversations I'm having with my team. If you guys are not doing one-on-ones with your direct team members and the people that report to you and support you, be sure to do that. I like weekly. Some people do every other week or once a month. I think it has to be weekly. Look, I'd rather do a half an hour meeting every week than a 1 hour meeting every other week. It is amazing. It's literally life-changing for you and your team when you're that aligned on a weekly basis. So let's dive into some of this stuff. Leanscaper takeaways. Well, I got to experience Leanscaper at a really deep level in Dallas, and I was able to sit next to Heather Moyse at dinner on Sunday night. Really a cool experience. She is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist in bobsledding. Her second gold medal she actually won with almost like less than a year of training, like 5 months of training, and all the reporters doubted her, right? So everyone's just saying, Heather, do you think you can do this? What happens if you can't do it? You know, all these people are so great. Like, what's going to happen when you go to try to go for this gold? And she didn't really respond to that. She just basically responded with, well, I don't know if I'm going to win gold, but I'm going to see how close I can get. And I really, really like that. I like that takeaway. I don't know if I'm going to win, but I want to see how close I can get. So we've kind of embraced that a little bit at K&D this week around our stretch goals, which are massive goals. And we have this 4-month stretch goal that we laid out September 2nd, right after Labor Day. And it's massive. I mean, it's way, way up there. It'd be somewhere around a 25-30% increase over last year's numbers if we can hit this goal. My team's probably feeling a little bit defeated in regards to such a big goal. I think anyone would, right? So instead of just focusing on the goal, let's talk about how we can get there. So instead of saying, and this comes from Heather, this is a quote, instead of saying, can we hit the goal? Let's just say, how can we hit the goal? So if you're talking to a team member or you guys are in a meeting, you're talking about your goals, stop trying to debate if you can or can't hit your goals. And that often happens in our team meetings, right? Like, well, we can't hit this or we can hit this. But instead of debating that, debate how can we hit this? And if everybody is asking that same question, how can we hit this? Not if we can or if we can't. It changes the dynamic of that conversation dramatically. And when you get there, it's less about can we hit our goals and how close can we get? So how can we do it and how close can we get? how close can we get to that stretch goal? How close can we get to breaking that record of our monthly revenue, of our sales goals? So I really got a lot of takeaways from Heather. She was the opening keynote there. And shout out to the Leanscaper crew for bringing in such an amazing speaker. I had to leave early on Tuesday morning to get back to California, so I missed day 2 there, but I heard it was incredible. The other thing that I hear about Leanscaper quite a bit is what even is Leanscaper? And I mean, to be honest, I am not qualified to answer that question. That is a Mark Bradley question, and he has answered it on his podcast, the Leanscaper podcast. But, check it out. I would just describe it as this. Leanscaper is an operating system to run your business on. I don't want to make a comparison here, but the best way to even begin to compare it to anything, and again, I'm not comparing it to it because it's not the same, but the EOS system is an operating system, right? Entrepreneurial operating system. Well, Leanscaper is kind of in that same realm of products, even though, again, it's not. It's an operating system, right? It's a lean operating system. And what Mark is building into it and his AI team of engineers is building into it is going to be industry changing. Like we're not going to interface with technology the same way that we are today. In our communications, our meetings, how we order material, how we order inventory, how we communicate with each other within our team in our field, it's all going to change. And even though Mark Zuckerberg's live demo he did with his new glasses failed, if you haven't seen that, look it up on YouTube. It's pretty funny. It's still an amazing step forward in having our information in our sunglasses, being able to interact with that information without touching anything, using his neural band, as Mark Zuckerberg calls it. That's where we're headed as an industry. Mark and I were able to give a really fun speech on Monday that was basically like future casting. So we just talked about what the future is going to look like in the next 5 to 10 years. Robotic workforce is going to 100% be in play. We're going to have a lot of autonomous mowers, but we're also going to have autonomous robots, like humanoid robots, doing a lot of the work that we're doing in the next 5 to 10 years. I really think that's going to impact our industry significantly. We're going to have AI that's going to be the backbone of our companies, be the backbone of our customer service teams, our sales teams, our project management teams. This is going to elevate our crew leader level people to a new level where they're going to be able to operate in that $150,000 range in terms of their salary, because they're going to be the all-in-one crew leader, project manager, senior project manager, and everything. And everything's going to roll up to your financial team that is going to be backed by AI. So we're going to have significantly less people per revenue dollar in the future. So right now, think of a average landscape company is going to be $100,000 of annual revenue per employee. I can easily see us getting to 500,000 by 2030 and $1 million by 2035. And in fact, I would even say I could see us getting to $1 million by 2030, some of those high achieving companies. The other aspect of this is when you automate your workforce and you automate your back end, you're going to significantly grow in terms of market share because you are going to be able to offer a superior product at a lower price. And I don't care what you're doing in the sales process. I don't care how good your quality is. If you can provide a better product in the landscape industry at a lower price in your competition, 20, 30% lower, you're going to win in the marketplace. That is a fact. So that's happening. Be aware. And those who are ready for it, electrification is a good way to go. So we rolled out Crest power equipment. Crest is all electric. They only do electric, so they're not distracted with building the next gas engine like some of the other big box brands are. They have great autonomous mower. Highly recommend checking them out. If you guys want an intro, let me know. If you want to get a demo, let me know. I can set you guys up there. Okay, so I leave Leanscaper fired up, ready to take over the world. And I land in Anaheim, and I'm a little bit zapped. It's Tuesday morning. I land at 10 a.m. and I'm headed to Ignite, and I'm coming off this high, and I walk in. I drop my bags off in the bellhop because my room's not ready, and I walk into the conference. I'm just immediately met with all of these amazing people, great friends. I've got my team there. I've got 5 K&D team members there, and it's like a reinvigoration of energy. And so I ended up going all day nonstop, and it was just such an amazing day. I soaked up so much energy, and we had such an amazing time. It was a blast. And I got to say, like, what Aspire's doing is pretty incredible. So As some of you guys may know, Mark Tipton retired from Aspire, and Eli Zevin came in as a GM. We had him on the podcast a week ago. Eli's big focus is implementation. That was really what he talked about in the podcast. That's where he comes from, the implementation team on ServiceTitan. So it's really exciting to have someone so focused on implementation leading the Aspire vertical in the ServiceTitan family. And talking with Eli and talking with Mark, we had some great conversations, and Connor Tillman and so many others out there. Maggie Wymore, obviously shout out Maggie, our co-host that was here in the Trade Stock. Her and I started this podcast together. She was there, and I just want to say, like, congratulations to Maggie. Maggie, shout out. You have done such an amazing job building the team, elevating yourself and those people around you at ServiceTitan and through the Aspire family. I mean, it's pretty special to see you doing your thing at this conference. So anyway, I just wanted to say that. Just authentically great job. Well done. The excitement that I have is a lot of the pro product integration. We're working directly right now with some of the engineer teams behind Aspire to really integrate Marketing Pro and some of their other pro products that I think are going to help us take the Aspire foundation and really build on top of it to become a vertically integrated platform through technology, all the way from marketing to following up with clients, invoicing, sourcing new leads. A lot of that stuff comes from ServiceTitan. I mean, ServiceTitan is truly a marketing platform that turned into a business management software. Aspire is like a financial platform that has turned into a business management software. So you get the best of both worlds there. And as those integrate even more, it's exciting. Also happening now, wrapping up now, is Pantheon. Now, Pantheon is ServiceTitan's annual user conference. It draws 5,000 people every year. It's an incredible movement. And unfortunately, I couldn't be there this week. I had to come home for some things. But Ara and Vahe, they're the CEO, COO of ServiceTitan. They're founders, and they announced the new AI integration with ServiceTitan, which is called Atlas. And that's an exciting move that they're making to make a full AI platform. So really looking forward to what that looks like over the next few years, really the next few months. I mean, let's face it, AI is moving so fast. Obviously, I talk about it like every week on this weekly update. I should just call this the AI weekly update at this point. Anyway, it's fun. The biggest takeaway from Aspire for me, if I had to pick one, everything that you need and everybody that you need to support you is in your network already. Everyone around you is working towards a common goal of raising the bar in the landscape industry. At least I think everyone. I see the greater good in people, and I want to say that this industry of landscapers is like 99% great, amazing, good people. And we're pretty lucky to be here and be here at this time. Other updates, I've got the backyard popping along. We got the pool, gunite, all of that done. So some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know, I'm building my backyard out finally. Our team and I helped design that thing about 2.5 years ago, and we're finally coming to fruition. So Whitlow Concrete, if you're in the Santa Cruz market and you're looking for concrete, hit up Whitlow Concrete. Shout out Dylan. They are pouring piers and foundations for the pergola today and Monday, and then we're going to get walls going vertical in a couple weeks. And yeah, it's exciting. If you guys want to check that out, just follow me on Instagram. I pretty much do a weekly update or almost daily update at this point. There's so much happening out there, and you guys can see the back end of what a project looks like from the ground up. So right now there's trenches everywhere. There's footings dug. It's wild. A lot of fun. It's going to be it, guys. Weekly update number 16 coming in live September 19th this Friday. Hope you guys have a great day. Have a great weekend. We got another amazing podcast dropping next Wednesday. I'm not going to say who it is, but stay tuned. That's going to be a big one. You're going to want to drop in for that. And then I'll be back next Friday checking in with you guys. For now, keep raising the bar, keep disrupting, and we'll talk soon. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to Trades Talk, where the next generation of disruptors comes to raise the bar. If you got value from today's episode, share it with someone in the trades who's ready to level up. For more tools, insights, and community, follow host Justin White and join the movement at jwhitegroup.com.